What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. My name is Rich. I still have this stupid thing on my nose, and you can find me at FuzzDoomRip on X, and also the other socials at rich.paiva. Also a Doom Charts contributor and doing reviews for Newsopedia of Metal. Welcome to the show, and we have Turbo. What's up, Turbo?
Yeah, I'm Turbo, and I have this stupid thing on my face.
Yeah, and that's not going away either.
No.
Mine will hopefully go away tomorrow, but yours, I think it's there for good. So we have gone international lately. We've done a lot of interviews outside of the U.S., which is pretty cool. We've touched upon how many? Four continents? Four, right? Four continents so far. Asia, yeah, four-ish. Um, so
Five
we
if you include North America.
Yeah, okay, there you go. We've been broadening our horizons. The interview that we have today is with a band out of Italy called Supernaughty. Their new release, their new record is coming out on August 22nd. We're super excited about that. It's killer. So we have a great interview with the whole band. Joined us for a talk we did a couple of weeks ago. We wanted to spread this out to get it closer to the release date so you guys can listen to the interview, go pre-order that record. Also in Italy, we're talking to the band Warco this week that will come out soon. They have a new record coming out on Ripple as well. So the Italian scene is kicking. Not that it wasn't before, but I think what we wanted to do is talk a little bit about our favorite Italian bands and like the doom and stoner scene. And I know Turbo and I have some favorites. Turbo, I think when we talked about it, what was the first band that came to your mind when we said Italy for stoner doom bands?
Black Rainbows?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that?
Black Rainbows. Obviously, I think Heavy Psych Sounds being out of Italy and the connection to Black Rainbows and all that stuff. I think I'd go to Ufamamut personally, just because they've been more top of mind for me. I know I mentioned I got to see them when I was on a trip to Vienna, which was very cool. Their last record was so heavy and so great. But there's a lot of really great bands coming out of Italy. I think one of the ones that's made the biggest impact probably this year so far is Nessa, right?
Yeah.
Their record. It's been a little, I don't want to say controversial, but
Yeah.
it's caused some discussion. I
Yeah.
know you didn't love it, right?
Yeah. I did love it.
You did love it. Okay, yeah. There was other people who didn't love it,
There
and
was other people that didn't.
yeah, mostly because it's called The Spin. By the way, if people who have not heard it before, it's on Metal Blade, so they're like on a big label now. All things considered, and I think people got a little freaked out at how produced it was. I personally thought it was a beautiful sounding record myself, and I feel like they're probably the biggest band right now. Just from this record, I would say that from Italy. Would you
Yeah,
disagree
that
with
would
that?
probably. I don't know if I would disagree with that. It seems like this one probably was to help them step up and become more known and to get more of an audience. Sometimes that turns people off because they want everybody to stay, with only 500 listeners or whatnot.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, for me, I went because I wasn't, a diehard Mesa fan. I listened to one album before this one, and this one I didn't. I may not have liked it when I first heard it, but it grew on me, and I think it's a great album.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um, but I didn't have that connection with them to where I'd be like, it's not like being a fan of Metallica at Kill 'Em All, and all of a sudden they put the Black album out, and you're thinking, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
It didn't treat me like that.
I think that's where you and I are coming from differently than some other people, because other people loved their older records, and I thought they were good, but it didn't have that grab that this one to me has, which is probably why I can, and you and I can both kind of talk about why we love this one so much. Um, some of the other records that have come out lately from Italian bands that maybe you might have missed, I will talk about a couple of them. One is from I want to say Humulus. right? Flowers of Death from Humulus. I think I'm saying it correctly. Came out in 2023, but it was killer. Love that record. I think if you have not heard that, it's kind of psyche, stonery, spacey, but it's really, really cool. And it might have been something that you might have missed. And their Bandcamp picture is them standing next to an old Cadillac too, which makes them even cooler. So if you haven't checked out that record, the Flowers of Death by Humulus, I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. That record's really great. And from last year, there was a record by a band called The Ossuary. And that was called Requiem for the Sun. I'm having trouble speaking. That came out this year. That was only back in May. I don't know where the time went, but that's a record that's really, really good.
You said they're standing on Flowers of Death. They're standing next to a Cadillac.
Wait, hold on. No, their Bandcamp picture. That's not a Cadillac? No, it's a Cadillac.
Oh, I'm not. I'm looking at the album cover, not the Bandcamp.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not them standing next to it on the album cover. But if you look at their Bandcamp promo picture, they're standing next to like a white Cadillac. No,
Yeah,
yeah, right? Yeah.
I think.
Flowers of Death is more of a creepy naked lady with a crow and a skull and stringy hair. Totally worth your time, that record, for sure. Just one other I'd call out is the Black Capricorn record, which I believe came out on Majestic Mountain, called Sacrifice, Darkness, and Fire. That was really killer too. That came out just about a year ago in July. Another really cool band out of Italy. Turbo, anything that you would talk specifically about?
Caliph.
Yeah.
Their Colossus album
Yeah,
was a great album. It came out in 2018, but they released some stuff just damn. Oh, last year, New Babylon. I was thinking they haven't released anything since 24. But yeah, they're from Verona, Italy. I never really think about them as being from Italy every time I hear them, but they fall into that space, kind of like Black Rainbows. They do the space rock, metal, heavy, psych, desert sound that works really well for them.
Yeah, and their name of their band makes me think that they're from like a Scandinavian country for some reason, right? That's where I go when I hear that for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't necessarily think Italy for them
Right.
at all.
And Demono, the garage rock, mostly instrumental band. I mean, it seems like most of their songs are instrumental, but they have some vocals. They have they really embrace the iconography of this whole scene with the half-naked women on their album covers.
There are a few bands that I would say from Italy that remind me of that. Like Witch Snake, who put out a record last month. They're from Italy. Very similar kind of motif and thing going on with them. Band like Sonic Demon, same kind of thing. They have that kind of, especially from the artwork, the kind of fuzzy, kind of DIY kind of sound that they have to their stuff, and they're cranking it out. So I think of those kind of bands in a very similar vein, whether it's their artwork or their sound. And then Black Spell's another one that hang more a little bit on the doom side of it, but another great band. And then coming up soon on, I believe, Electric Valley Records, the Ella Farmers have a new record coming out, and the single that I heard was killer. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do and what that record sounds like. And I know we're missing some, but
Isaac, I thought Isaac was having something coming out soon.
I hope so, because I love their stuff. Isaac is a great band, and they seem to be very much on the doing splits with other band.
Oh yeah, they did
right
a split
now.
with Geezer.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope we get some new, because that record that came out was just.
Yeah,
I think
Mr.
that was
Bison.
in my top 10, right? Mr. Bison, another really great band.
Killer
Yeah,
Boogie.
Yeah, Italy rules. This is a but
The only
quite the
problem
scene.
was is I was making a playlist for Italian bands that I hope to put on there some page somewhere sometime, and just some of the vocals for some of these bands are very similar. I'm like, sometimes you won't notice that. Well, I'll rearrange it so you will notice. But the way I had it set up is I was listening to songs and I was like, is that three different bands? Was that one long song? Was that three different bands?
Yeah,
But that's
it'd be
just
interesting
that's
to hear that. That
the
like the
casual.
Italian sound, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the casual observer, you might say that they all sound the same, but they don't.
Right.
Definitely don't.
Yeah,
But
when you put a band like Warco up to a band next to a band like Supernaughty, next to a band like Black Rainbows, next to a band like Ufa Mahmood, you got a lot of different stuff going on with those. But there are, like you mentioned, band like Sonic Demon and Witch Snake and the other one that Demonio, right? That one. Similar kind of vibes there, probably if you played them back to back. So, but yeah, a killer scene that we're very happy to have these bands come and talk to us. Like I mentioned, Warco is going to talk to us about their new record that's coming out in a month or so called Upon Tall Thrones. But what we're going to do now is hop into our interview with the Italian band Supernaughty. Supernaughty have put out a couple of really great records before. Now partnered with Ripple Music, which is, I think, a pretty perfect partnership for the band. We got to talk to all four members. Very cool. And I love it when a band has members who all have, they all have similar tastes, but they all kind of branch off to other areas. There's definitely some 90s vibes, some punk vibes, some classic rock vibes with the guys in the band. And they were gracious enough to all hop on and join us for a great interview. So we're going to go do that now. Enjoy. And anybody who's listening who's not, please like and subscribe here. We want to just keep this going and have as many people spreading the word as possible.
the way you said that, man, anybody's listening who's not, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's painful for me to be like, hey, like and subscribe, because I just make fun of people who do that, and now I'm doing it. So but we just want everyone to listen to this and share it and hear all the stuff we're doing with the bands that we love. So go do that. Listen to this interview. Hit us up on social. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what interview's been your favorite, what bands you want to hear on the show, and enjoy.
And I also realize we're two individual people. It's not just Rich.
Yeah, it's not just Rich. There's Turbo too. I just happened to send out a lot of the new links because I generally have worked to get a large social following where Turbo
No, I just
makes
know that.
people come to him.
Yeah, I've always made people. If you want me, you got to come and get me.
Excellent. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Enjoy the interview with Super Naughty and go buy their record Apocalypso. It comes out August 22nd, and talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. We are very excited to have straight from Italy, Super Naughty with us. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, it's super cool to be there. Thank you so much for having us.
Excellent. We have the whole band with us, which is very, very cool. And part of the reason we're talking to these guys is that there's a new record coming out called Apocalypso on August 22nd on Ripple Music. And we're very excited. We've got to hear it, and we're really, really digging it. So congratulations on the record. So the first question would be to whoever wants to take it. Why are you guys excited about this record? What makes this a little different or better or just more exciting than maybe what you've done before?
Yeah. Okay. First, thank you again for having us, and hope everything is okay for you.
Thank you.
Well, about the question, what can I say? The last work we have done, that is Temple, was in the middle of the health crisis, no? saw in the 2020. And then from that moment to now, we are struggling in also playing, make more music, and so on. So at the end, Apocalypso is really a creature that we love because we work a lot on it. We improve the production because the sophomore album was more just like 90s style, no? Just more dirty sound, more with the raw, exactly, yeah, raw. With a lot of punch, but a little bit of less of a production. And Apocalypso is the opposite. It's a very clear album, power, heavy album. We explore more heavy border than the previous one because we all came from the heavy metal background. And so we are very proud of this album, and we are very excited to see what the scene will think about the album. Just something now we read, we see on social, and it's good. It's good. It's very good now. So we are excited to see what can happen in the next few months.
I think people are going to be very excited and very happy when they hear this record. It's your fullest sounding record. Like it's like there's a lot, and it's like there's a lot going on in a good way. And I think it's some of your best writing as well. The interesting thing, we've had a lot of bands who we talk to who are kind of writing about like the Greek mythology and things like that. Is that something, you know, looking at your Bandcamp profile, it looks like the album title, it kind of is a comparison of some mythology, but also like what the world is doing today. Is that accurate? Is that how the title came to be? And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. We what can I say? Apocalypso, it's a kind of parallel between a myth about the Calypso, who old Odysseus, no? Because he fell in love with him. But at the same time, Odysseus has no freedom. And as we live the same, in a way, that period post-COVID, no? And so everything starts from this. But at the same time, we have a kind of, what can I say? Just also not too serious. No, we are super naughty. So
how serious can you be? It's super naughty,
right? So we melt the meat, but we also draw from life, from experience, and we try to melt this stuff. And usually we try also to figure out in this way, in a naughty way. So this is
love it. That you have to keep some of that naughty, even though some of the songs are more on the serious tip, right? The naughty part of Supernaughty has to be maintained, right?
Yeah, we surely we do. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I don't think we don't have problems to do this.
Turbo and I were talking about the band name. Turbo, do you want to ask them about what we were chatting about?
Yeah, I was going to see if you were taking that. I see you wearing a Black Sabbath shirt. I was like, are they taking Supernaught extra, or are they just really, really naughty people?
Or both?
Or both?
It's both. Yeah. Here's the naughty. No, it's a kind of joke because when we start as we all play in our city in different situation bands from early 90, and then we joined together in 2013, and we started playing the Sabbath cover. At the time, we were Filippo, me, Angelo, and there was another bass player. At one time, we changed, and we want to produce our music, and starting to think about the name. So it was playing Supernaughty, no, from Volume 4, and Supernaughty in Italian is Supernaughty in plural, Supernaughty. And so it was a joke because Supernaughty, that is the words in Italian of supernauts, and Supernaughty. So it's a kind of joke. It's a kind of joke.
I love it.
It's a trick, yeah.
Turbo, it was both. The answer is both. I love that the answer is both. Filippo, I see you wearing a Black Flag shirt, so you guys are not only influenced by things all Sabbath, right? What are some of you mentioned you did Sabbath covers early on. What are some of the other bands that you would call out as influences for what Supernaughty is doing today?
Altre band di cui sei ovviamente influenzato. So come hai detto
the early hardcore band, Hades hardcore band, Flag Minor Creed, and then the whole metal of the 80s, Metallica, Slayer, and all the stuff for the skate scene. The skate scene from DRI, Corrosion Conformity. This is my influence.
Yeah, it's the heavier one.
Yeah, I can see that. Did you say DRI? Did I hear DRI? Is that one of the bands?
You're right.
You're right.
Excellent. Love that you mentioned DRI. That's one of my favorite crossover thrash bands. Excellent. You were saying there are lighter influences. It sounds like as well.
Yeah.
What else?
What I was best reflect from was punk scene, American and English scene of the 80s. So like The Killing Joke or For the Breach or Christian Death or if you want another play, GBH, Exploited, all these kinds of music.
Love it.
All our influence together to make
It's a blend. Supernaughty is a blend. It's more the blues, the more blues one. ZZ Top, but also Melvin's one. Yeah.
So pretty much my record collection, which is everything.
Yeah. Because we are all together. We are 200 years all together. We explore all the territories from.
We are not so young.
Yeah, we are not so young.
We're with you on that for sure. We are absolutely right there with you. Turbo, what other questions do you have for the guys?
As far as the production, you went to a better direction, not a better direction, but a fuller direction, I guess. But I was listening to the song Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Is it a positive song about going to Amsterdam or a negative song about going to Amsterdam?
Or again, both.
Or both.
Maybe it could be both.
I think it's none of that. Explain.
Amsterdam. Amsterdam is come from a real episode of our life.
Yeah.
When
we
we
were
was touring in North Europe. So I had to go in Norway. After we go in Norway,
to play with Kal-El. Where our mates in Argonato Records, where we came from, and they come in Italy. We play with them. We like both each other, and so they invite us in Norway. So that trip
Yes.
Start from there.
That trip, that during about one day, not much more, we have about 4 hours. I think that about 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the night in Amsterdam. And you know, when you go in the night in Amsterdam, you can do 2 things.
Time
One
It's a red light district.
one is smoking, but you have only 2 hours. In 2 hours, you go only in the red light streets, and
Yes.
some kinds of things was happening. So
Yeah.
I remember that I was younger. I saw a movie, a B movie, a Dutch movie. That the title was Amsterdam, and so I think in my mind, my
Dirty man.
dirty mind,
Supernaughty.
Yeah.
that Amsterdam was a story about a guy who wants to taste the love of the Amsterdam night, but this love is much expensive. It's not really come si dice affare, come si dice? Business, not a really business. And this
Anyway,
song talking about
sorry.
this. I don't say you what about of poor guys. But
Anyway, it's
this is the reason.
it's also we try to also there are heavy sounds, there are sometimes dark atmosphere, but the lyrics, the meaning
meaning of the
often
lyrics
are
It's comic.
not comic,
Comic,
it's
fun,
legend,
fun.
not fun, light way of living. Okay, so
Yeah.
we try to an escape also our music for us, because we have our lives, we have our works, we are the problems like everybody. So in the music we sometimes find an escape, and so
Love it.
this is good.
Yeah.
Well, musically,
ahead.
sorry, excuse me.
No,
Mu-
go.
On that same song, Amsterdam, musically, I hear something. I have this ability to hear things that may or may not be there. Right before the guitar solo, there's a sound in the background that I can't tell if it's somebody screaming or yelling in pain or if it's just a noise. Maybe it's the guitar starting up. Is that just my imagination?
No, actually no, ha detto sempre tipo di qualcosa che prima del solo.
No.
Non so quale no. No. Maybe it's just some noise making from guitar, not really our intention to do something like this. No.
So I thought maybe they.
I will listen again. Maybe I will find it too.
I thought your guy on his trip to Amsterdam may have fell into some pain or something. I don't know.
Something.
Really?
What's funny is Turbo on our show. This is about the 6th time where he thought he heard something, and every time except for one, the band was like, "Nope, that's not what happened." So it's now a recurring theme on our show for Turbo to think that he heard something. But yeah, we'll go back and listen. I have 2 songs I want to ask about. Number 1, Weird Science. When I hear Weird Science, and probably when Turbo hears the term Weird Science, we think of probably when we were adolescents, the 80s movie Weird Science, where they created a woman. And all, is that where this came from? And is that what you're referencing on this one?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
That
So,
one.
yeah,
Was
it was.
a very important step in our
Yeah. Yes. It is almost as good as any school that you can go to when you're at that age, is to watch Weird Science, because you learn just as much in that movie as you would in math class or science class or anything else. So, okay, wanted to make sure that's what I was hearing. And you guys mentioned ZZ Top and maybe a bluesy feel. I feel like I'm hearing that a lot in King Again, and I don't know if maybe that's just me. Kind of now manifesting that because you guys mentioned ZZ Top, but is that? I feel like there's a little bit of bluesiness going on in that one. Am I right there, or did you take a certain approach to writing that song?
Forse più inquinato,
not blues, but when we play King Again, what I think is about Alice in Chains
Yeah, the voice. Yeah.
or the voice.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe-
Yeah.
But there is the blues influence here also because Luca played the bass, and so all the stuff about this is often is bluesy. Also, even if it's heavier. But I don't know. Yeah, sometimes something in King Again could remember. Maybe more in Queen of Babylon. But yeah.
You mentioned Alice in Chains. I feel like nowadays, Alice in Chains is probably, in my opinion, besides Black Sabbath, the band that most of the bands in the scenes are influenced by, or you can hear. Were you guys big Alice in Chains fans early on? Is it something that kind of came afterwards? Were you as people who are probably around our age? Did you catch on to them when they first came out, or was this something that was more of an after? They've been around for a while.
Yeah, dice se rispetto a Black Sabbath, anche se noi si Chains effettivamente per noi sono importanti come background chitarristi, sono sempre ascoltati. Yeah, sure, is a lot of influence,
especially all the stuff of the 90s. From Soundgarden to Alice in Chains, Corrosion of Conformity, The Down. This is all the stuff for me, for my guitar playing. My guitar riff is it's perfect for me. This music.
Yeah, because also Alice in Chains melt struggling also the heavier sound. No, it's a good mix.
Yeah.
But in King Again, it's kind of what can I say? It's not naturally. It's quite forced. The voices to do in this way. No? Just like our tribute.
Yes.
In a way.
So the harmonies on that were. Did you have to work?
What's the way to make a tribute to Alice in Chains?
Yeah.
Was that difficult for you guys? It was a challenge for that song, or did it come out like naturally when you were putting
I
that
come
song
out
together?
naturally, also because it's more about the voices, not about the music. So it's a kind of I don't know. It has been difficult.
No.
Excellent.
So, when it comes to creating the music, is it an equal contribution, or is there one more principal songwriter out of you all, or is it cumulative in everybody?
It starts with a riff of Filippo, and we are old school, so we practice at our rehearsal room and we start jamming. We are not into the pre-production again. We'd love to start doing like this, but until now we play, start playing, jamming. So sometimes it's not all of a sudden. No? Sometimes a song in a night could be created, but it takes more night to create another one because it's a jam attitude again. Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah. But we have to improve on this.
I mean, you're 3
It
albums
works.
in, and I don't think you need to. I feel like this is going just fine the way that it is. You guys are on Ripple Music now, which is very cool. How did you wind up with Ripple, and did Todd reach out? Did you reach out to Todd? How did that happen?
It was around just before COVID. We started notice Ripple, so 2008, 2019. There's a lot of stuff about heavy. I like Ripple since the start because how can I say? There are a lot of labor, more sick sound, and Ripple is also heavy. And there are also great band. There is Tony Reed from Moss Generator, Refloor, Yoni Man, to have bigger Obsessed.
Why?
So yeah, big name in heavy. Also by Yoni Man, just like more stoner, but okay, you know. And also not bigger name are heavier stuff that we like. Just like band like us, not starting. And so we notice we like it, and we feel suddenly that we have a connection with that label. So when the Apocalypso album finished, we suddenly sent to a few labels, and one of these is surely the one is Ripple with Todd. And Todd suddenly loved our sound. So just like to be also grateful to him, we say, okay, yeah, we love to be part of the family because we really appreciate what he has done these years for music, for an underground scene, because I think really Todd works very well.
Yeah, you got your sound fits perfectly on Ripple. I think it doesn't sound like everybody, but it also fits perfectly. You know what I mean? Like you're right there with them, and Todd's ear for the bands that he signs. Like I don't like he and I have like the exact same taste somehow. Like anybody who signs, it seems like we love. And he's also been very gracious with Ripple. Turbo and I got to talk to Tony Reed twice on the show. We're having Wino on the show on Tuesday, which is making me very nervous. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
We saw one time here in Italy, some months ago. Yeah, in acoustic gig.
With Obsessed or
no Wino.
Oh, just a Wino show. Oh,
yeah,
very
cool. In our town. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
And
awesome.
I saw about 10 years ago with St. Vitus here in Italy. It's fantastic show.
That must have been
With
amazing.
With Orange Goblin.
Orange Goblin.
It's
Yeah.
I can't even imagine going that. Where I live in Florida, we don't get a lot of shows. Not a lot of bands come through where I particularly live, but the Obsessed came through, and I wasn't able to go because I was on a work trip. So luckily we get to talk to Wino, and that should be fun. He has a solo album coming out, but we're here to talk about you guys. What do you guys do? Do you guys have a lot of shows that you play out? Are you touring, or are you staying local? What are you looking like for when the album drops?
Okay. In this part of the year, we are just figure out the tour. We are working on it. Okay. So we plan the release in September, surely here in our town, just to make something good here in our town, and then working with also our friend. Do you know Matteo Barzacchi from Mr. Bison?
Yes, yeah, love Mr. Bison. Yeah, great band.
We work a lot with him. We are best friends. Also, the vocals from Apocalypso were recorded in his studio, and so we are gonna make it something with him to find more gigs and start touring, because what we gonna do or we want to do now is reach a bigger audience, and so try to participate to festival. So this is our goal in this moment. So we are waiting that the album came out, and we will see. But surely we want to do. Yeah.
The band Mr. Bison is a good band to be friends with. That's a great
Yeah.
really like those guys. Are there some other bands locally that you would call your friends, or bands that you've maybe played with, or that maybe people don't know of, that you would shout out to locally? Anybody who you would say?
We have a good band from near Genova. There are our good friend. They play a sludge, hardcore metal, and they are naughtier than us.
More naughty than us.
Yeah, they call the name is Carcharodon, just like the shark. No? Carcharodon. Have you ever heard about it?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm gonna
From
write
Genoa.
it down.
Yeah, Carcharodon. They are very, very good mates. We play together a lot of time, and we love them. Yeah, they are best friends. Yeah, there are also lots of cool bands performing here. Our town in the 90s was very full of bands, independent bands. But now there is a lot of cover band. In Italy, it works a lot. Cover band everywhere. So this
Is-
one. But Italian scene
The underground scene,
is stopped now. Oh, we talk about our little now, but in Italy there are very, very important band, internationally known.
Yeah, I know. Heavy Psych Sounds has run out of Italy,
Yeah,
right? We have
exactly.
that big influence there, and they're always putting out great records. A lot of doom, a lot of really good doom bands come out of Italy these days as well, which is it seems to be a lot of really, really good bands that come directly out of not necessarily your town, but the country of.
Yeah.
So, Turbo, do you have anything else for the guys before we let them go?
The artwork for the album cover. Who was did that? Did they? I mean, I like it. Like it a lot. I just want to see what was the inspiration behind that and everything.
Also naughty, right? There's
Yeah.
naughty in that too.
Someone commented on Facebook and says that remember the film of Quentin Tarantino of yeah. But I don't know if Luca, the artist is called Luca Solomacello. Is a well-known artist that signed a lot of cover. Also Mastodon. Also Zach Wild. You see the. Okay. It's
Yeah.
not him, but that's something. Yeah. So it's well known in the scene. We start collaborate with him since 2018, thanks to Mr. Bison again, because their third or fourth album was painted by him. So we love the style, and we start, and we are friends now. And usually I told him, it's your choice. We are naughty, we are heavier, and we're talking about this. So imagine and let us show. And he does these things.
Yeah, skulls, snakes, beautiful women. She might be possessed. There's a lot going on that fits everything going on this record, and you guys as a band. So very, very cool.
Thank you.
We're very thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah,
and
thank
talking
you very
to us.
much.
This is
Thank you
amazing.
for having us, really. We appreciate it so much.
I think that this record is going to get a ton of attention across the scene here in the U.S., across Europe, and everywhere else. The songs are great. Your sound is great. I'm very excited for you guys. So just for everybody
Hope
else,
to meet you in person.
we would love to. We would love
During
to.
a tour, no?
Yeah, I mean, I know coming to the U.S. is not the best, but you have some place to stay.
Yeah.
If you want to come to Florida, I have a room. I have a pool. Come and hang out.
cool.
Absolutely, you're invited.
Don't tell him so much.
You're
Don't tell him
absolutely
so much.
invited.
So much.
There's no doubt, and we will find some naughty here in the Orlando area. But for everybody else, go buy this record. It comes out on August 22nd. It's called Apocalypso. It's on Ripple Music. Supernaughty. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. Our first Italian interview. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Rich, for having
have
us.
you
so much.
Absolutely. Have a
good,
great evening.
Thanks to
Thank
you.
Thank you very much.
Bye, and keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.